Good morning. Okay, hopefully, fingers crossed, we've got things sorted out. We've had a few technical issues with computers and bits and pieces, and I actually just started this stream at 11 o'clock, and it immediately, well, it ran for about 30 seconds and then died. So not quite sure what all that was about. So just had to set up a new one. And one of the things I'm going to do is set up the streaming PC so that I can just do this sort of impromptu setup more quickly and just dive into a stream. So apologies for that. I'm hoping that the sound and the audio is going to be okay. Quite a lot of what I'm doing today is just double checking that things are fine. We had the stream deck did not want to work properly last night. We've had one or two issues with focusing on the camera. Don't know quite why, but everything just sort of gone a bit wibbly wobbly just lately. I'm talking about wibbly wobbly. We were in the daily races last night on the US account, and it was awful. We got rammed, we got bashed. We then dived into the daily race C, thinking, hey, we could just have a nice quiet race, pick up a few places where people crash off and just see how we can do. It didn't work out that way at all. I got caught up behind somebody that was braking a bit earlier than I'd expected on 2 or 3 occasions, which caught me out. My fault, not theirs, which meant that I racked up about 9 seconds of penalties at one point. We did hit the barrier a couple of times as well. So that's dropped my ranking to a BB, which is not acceptable. And one of the things I want to do here is just get on to Sardegna. We are in the, I don't even think I've got that car. I don't, and I've got no money whatsoever. So we're going to need to rent a specified car. And basically what we'll do is we'll go for a Merlin Blue, that would do. Just going to see if we can get our SR ranking back up. Come on, work. Technical issues at the moment is crazy. An unexpected error has occurred. Here we go. Let's come right way out of there. This just seems to be how things are going for me at the moment. Just nothing wants to go well. Nothing at all wants to go well for me at the moment. An unexpected error has occurred. Failed. So we can't even get in to improve our DR at the moment. Can I do a qualifying time trial? So we could do a time trial, which is not what I want to do. Let's just exit out there and try this again. Oh, well, I wasn't expecting this to go wrong. We sorted out the key light issue that we had. That's sorted. And rent a specified car. Grab a car. We'll go Merlin Blue. Maybe it just doesn't like Merlin Blue. Who knows? And an error has occurred. Well, have I now got to go into restarting my PlayStation? Let's go speed green. What if it's a problem with the color? Who knows? No. Right, okay. In for a penny, in for a pound. We will restart the PlayStation and see what happens. I tell you, we've gone from PC problems last night to Elgato key light issues this morning, all of which I think I finally sorted out. Now into a PlayStation issue. Oh my golly gosh. Well, what do you know? When it goes wrong, it goes wrong. What they say when you're flying, 3 things come in 3. So the laptop, the key light, and now the PlayStation. What more can go wrong? What more can go wrong, I wonder? We'll pop this on charge, otherwise I know it's going to shout at me. I also do want to pick up my other profile, switch user, going for the American account. We're not doing anything with the EU account at the moment. We're leaving that alone because it is an A, and the daily races this week are pretty bumpy, to say the least, both in Europe and America. There was a posting in Discord earlier on about not just being the American lobbies that are bad. Very, very true. It does seem to be all over the place, that things are rather more bumpy and rammy across the board than anywhere else. It's just that I was on the US server last night, so I was talking in respect to the US server. But Drac Fury, bless his heart, he had exactly the same problem that I had on the EU servers. Exactly the same problems. So it's not necessarily all confined to American drivers. It's everywhere. And what we're going to try and do is see if we can get our SR up, because if we leave it as SRB, it's going to be horrendous. It will be a nightmare. So I want to get the SR back up to an S, so that we can hopefully get into some decent whoa, got what car I was in there, so we can get into some decent races again. So this is all about, this whole stream is basically about just sorting out the technicalities of the stream and getting the SR down. I've got an, I don't know how to pronounce that name. Vitor. I'm going to use your surname. Do I speak Portuguese? Alas, no, I'm afraid. I am a typical Brit, and we speak English and just about nothing else. My French is woeful. My German is almost non-existent. Those were the two that I did at school some 30 years ago. But no, English only, I'm afraid, my friend. If you got a question for me, pop it in the chat on one of my videos, and I will be more than happy to use Google Translate to translate your Portuguese and my English into Portuguese. That would be the best way of doing it, if you've got a specific question for me. So today is all going to be about just keeping it clean, not bumping anybody, not getting any penalties, and just get that SR ranking up as quickly as we can. I'm hoping the fact I trashed it over 3 or 4 races, that we should be able to get it back within a couple, I'm hoping. You can see the chat's just pinging off there. I'm going to have a nose at that in a moment. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate that. I'm hoping, because I don't speak Portuguese, it doesn't unsubscribe, but I do get quite a lot of people from around the world that ask me questions via the video comments, and where possible I do try and reply to people in their native tongue. Obviously I'm only using Google Translate, so I'm only as good as Google, but that went round. One other thing before I forget that I've been asked to do, and that is to move the little, where's the best place to put that? At the moment, there's not a lot. No, that's not going to really work there. We'll pop it up there. I think that's going to be the best space for it. So I'm just moving a couple of bits around at the moment. Had a request to move the GT stats screen that I've got off at the moment, but I've been asked to move that, so just quickly move that. The Sim Guy, good evening or good afternoon, good morning, wherever it is, wherever you are. I hope that you are well and doing good. At least the laptop seems to be working. The key light seems to be working. We are now into a daily race, which is going to start in a couple of minutes. Now, this will not be about winning. This will be about keeping it super clean. Get that DR up, and then we can get back into the daily races. And then what I'm planning on doing well, it depends how quickly I get my SR up, but when we do get back into the daily races, well, I had a haircut about a week ago. Yes, it's a newish haircut. One of the things that I want to do with the daily races this week, and that will be basically this evening from 8 o'clock UK time when I'll be streaming, when I normally stream. I want to work on my racecraft a little bit more, being more aware of cars in the vicinity, where I am, where other people are, whether people are likely to put it up the inside into a corner, enter the vortex of doom, do a dive bomb, do a punt on the rear. Just want to be a little bit more aware how I can defend better. And if this week's daily races are a little bit bumpy, shall we say, I'm not going to use the D word, but if they're a little bit bumpy, then I'll stay on the US account, which is my sub account, and just use that experience just to try and defend a bit more, and just try and get my racecraft up. I'm fairly quick now on my lap times, so which is good. I'm fairly comfortable now that my race time is up there with the A's, but my racecraft is non-existent in my opinion. It has been said to me before that my awareness is not good enough. Maybe I'll enter the same race as you. My nickname is Yo Ortiz. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but it would be good to see you in the same race. Is he in? Is he in? Oh, only 9 of us in this one. Only 9 people in this race. Really? I guess that's because most of America is asleep right now. Most of America will be asleep, but that doesn't matter, because all we want is to have a good race. And we've got A's and S's, and I'm the only BB in here, but we've got a D. That's really, there must be nobody on this server whatsoever, because we got nobody in the race, and we've got, well, yeah, okay, that's interesting. That's very, very interesting. We'll see how we go. Now we are in second place, but I just want to keep it clean. Hence I've got the mirror on. When I go into the other view, then I'll be doing it differently, because I'll be working with the delta, the radar and the like. All I really want to do is just follow Jason around and stay out of trouble from the guy behind, if that's all possible. I don't really want to crash, get any penalties or anything like that. Ooh. Slowing down early, don't run into the back of anybody. Quite happy to let this guy through. Come on, through you come, mate. Just do a small lift. What I don't really want to do is to find that the guy, we get into a bit of a battle, then I end up getting penalties or accidentally bump him off or anything like that. So, or her, could be a lady. Come on, Mitchell. There's 7 laps of this one, relatively short race on one of the short Sardegna tracks. I'm not too bothered about racing these guys. If they go away, that's fine, as long as it leaves me in a little bit of a gap to front, gap to behind, I'll be quite happy. So 1.2 seconds is quite a nice little window to be in. Because if I make a small mistake that costs me half a second, then I should be okay. Plus, I'm not actually battling with the guys up front. Oh, they've just had a bit of a bump, the two of them. That's not what we wanted to happen. Very respectful though, the guy that did the bumping stopped. Or the person, the racer, that did the bumping has stopped to apologise. That's nice to see. So that puts me, what I now want to do really is run away. So whereas before I was just going slow and quite happy to sit in my little bubble of fresh air, now I want to try and build a 2 or 3 second gap, which is probably not going to happen because the guys behind, there's 1 or 2 very quick people in this race, some A+ ranked racers. Bit too deep there. So again, I'm just going to watch the mirrors, make sure that anybody that does catch me up, I'll let them through. Three laps after this one. There are quicker ways of going through that corner, but at the moment I'm just trying to just keep it clean. What this is all about. How many races is it going to cost me to get my DR back? Not my DR, my SR. This is not about DR at all, this race. It's all about that SR. So that when we go back into the daily races, and we start working on the DR again, hopefully we'll be into some rather more respectful races than we found ourselves in last night. just watching Jason behind at the moment. I think it's just the two of us out front at the moment, but like I said, I'm not interested in winning. Winning's nice, don't get me wrong. They are racers after all. This is mostly about just bringing this home. No penalties, no wall bangs, no car banging and crashing. Very much aware that Jason behind is closing up. One of the places he's closing up is out of this corner. Once he gets this slipstream, he'll come flying by. Here he is. Well, we've got a yellow flag out. Saw a yellow flag waving at the side of the track there. I can't actually see a yellow flag message on the screen. I'm not quite sure what all that was about. Don't go off. Expect to get mullered up this hill by Jason. Not mullered, overtaken. Might not happen actually. Thought he was going to get me under slip. He didn't. Just tucked in behind. So we've got a bit of an accident, which gave us first place. And then clean, tidy, kept out of the way of everybody. Wow, why can't it be more like that in the daily races? Unface says faster, faster. Thank you, Unface. Thanks for joining. The sim guy. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that. Vitor, I'm going to call you. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. I'm just not sure how to pronounce the first part of the name, but thank you all for joining me this morning. 8 people watching, which is rather nice, especially as I think Rory is streaming today. So Unfazed, did Nations on my girl's account before work. How did it go, my friend? How did it go in the Red Bull car? Come on, tell me you won it. Tell me you won it. Counting down at the moment, just 0.3 ahead of Jason. It was really close, but we were 7 seconds ahead of the best of the rest. B, C's and D's in this one, so no A's and A pluses. I thought they got a few quicker guys in here, but alas that wasn't the case. So we got 1 position raised. P4 with vaping brakes on the straights, but P4, well done. Well done. Now you've got to do it on your own account now and get a podium. There we go. You need to do it on your own account and get a podium. That's the challenge now. That is the challenge. So where did that, what's that done to the, okay, so basically the, that's brought my sportsmanship rating right up to B. So we should be able to increase that with 1 more race and just see what we can do. So we'll do another one of those. I don't have the car, so we're going to need to pick one. We'll go Merlin Blue again. And we got 8 minutes before we can actually get into this. Yeah, it's all about basically on this one, just improving the SR and the DR. The SR, sorry, not the DR. We'll be working on the DR later on. And just making sure that the stream is running. The sim guy says, will you be doing race C this week? No, I did race, well, I don't know. No, I'm not going to say no. I did a race C last night, but it was horrendous. I wound up with 7 seconds worth of penalties in the first lap. Basically, I think one, I went off and clobbered a barrier, and on 2 occasions, I was following somebody into a corner and they broke really early. They caught me out. It's my mistake. I am not whinging at anybody. Please do not think I am whinging at anybody. It was, if you hit the guy in front, it's your fault. The guy in front can brake whenever they want. The problem is when you're racing, you're expecting somebody to brake at a certain point on the track, but they were braking so early and I punted them off twice, getting some big penalties. And that just meant I fell further and further and further and further back, unfortunately. So will I be doing the daily race C? I'm almost of the opinion that I've been there, done that, not going to go back there again. But who knows? Who knows? Good morning, Greg. Good morning, good morning. Who knows? I might do. I don't know. It's all a bit up in the air this week because I'm not working on my my main account. This is the American account that I'm running on. It's my sub account, and anything goes. If anybody wants to see me do the daily race C, shout it out. I'll do daily race C. If you want to see me do B, shout it out. I'll do B. For the moment, though, I'm just trying to work on getting my SR up, because there's no way that I'm going to go into races with a B ranking, because they're just going to be in daily race B and daily race C, they're just going to be a nightmare. Greg loves this week. I hate this week. I loved last week. This week I hate both the races. Grenster loves this week. He's doing really, really, really well in the daily race B. But I think what I was hoping for was a GR4 race, to be honest. Because at the moment I'm getting my confidence in GR4 cars in the daily races, and I'm trying to do what I've seen people do before. Get to grips with GR4s, learn your racecraft in the GR4s, and then step up to the higher classes afterwards. I know plenty of people that were brilliant GR4 racers but could not race a GR3 to save their life, and I want to sort of do the same. I want to be able to race all the cars. I get jealous of those people that on our lobbies in the evening that just jump into any car on any track and just nail it. I'd love, love, love to be able to do that, but unfortunately I'm more of a progressive racer where I need to get to grips with the track and the car, and just work on that side of things. So I tend to get quicker and quicker and quicker through the week, like a lot of us do, rather than just jumping straight onto a race and nailing it. We're in the little radical at the moment on the sports hard tyres. I have no cash on this account, so these are all rented cars. Whoa. Now, for those of you joining me, thank you very much. First of all, thank you for joining and supporting the channel. And secondly, today this initial part is twofold. One is to check and make sure that the live stream is running okay, because I had a lot of technical issues on the live stream last night. I don't want them to repeat tonight. And secondly, we completely killed our DR and SR last night. The SR, more importantly, I want to get that SR back. So I'm doing some daily race A's at the moment where the DR is not affected, so we can go as slowly and as carefully as we want and just recover the SR. Although in the last race we started second, we ended up third because I let a guy through. The guy that I let through, I think, then ran into the back of the leader, or the leader might have run into the side of him. I'm not quite sure what happened. I was too far back, but there was an accident at the top of the course, of the track, and one got taken out, pushed into the barrier. The other one politely and respectfully waited. That gave me the opportunity to go through. And then one of the two guys that got involved with that, I think, then came chasing and just managed to hold off for the win. But equally, if I'm last, it really doesn't matter so long as things are clean. For those of you that have a bad SR, this is the way to clean your SR. All you've got to do is forget about hard, close racing where there is a risk of bumping or a risk of a penalty or risk of anything. Keep it clean and just build up that SR ranking. Hopefully you're all aware of that. Woo! Punkface says, when Iger was added, I needed about 4 laps to master that one. When Iger was added, I needed about 150 laps, and I still haven't mastered it. It's like the time trials. I can sit there for... I can usually get a silver fairly quickly. To get gold can sometimes take me 100, 150 laps. I am terrible. I love sim racing. I'm not particularly good, but I do love it. Mr. Average, that's me. Well, look at that. 102, 102, 102, 102, 102. That's consistency for you. I'm going to break it with this one. Can I get another 102? 101. Oh no, we broke it. A 1018. Oh, boo, boo. Yeah, consistency is one of the things I'm looking for. In my racing now, so I get a lot of satisfaction where you've got a lap that's within a second or within half a second, which is good. Right, we've only got 7 in this one. I'm going to be racing on my own soon. So we got Silly Wabbit, PTU, who I was racing a moment ago, Jason, who was racing a minute ago, me, a Killer Rabbit, Honey Mustard Ace, and yes, there we go. This same guy says you have greatly improved. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I have improved. I know I've improved a lot. And also the other thing I like is I've improved, and at the same time as streaming, starting to get the balance of racing and streaming a little bit better. I still do make stupid mistakes when I'm streaming. Things take my attention and I'll bounce around here, there and everywhere, but I'm enjoying it a lot more. Even though I've whinged about last night, I still enjoy it. And I woke up I was thinking about it overnight, and I woke up and thought, look, if the daily race B is not for us and we're going to get into shenanigans and bumped and punted and bashed and crashed and stuff like that, Just gonna, don't want to follow him off. Don't want to get involved with any crashes. Oh my gosh. Let's just back out of this. This is not about winning. It's about clean races. You do not want to get involved with any shenanigans. So I'm quite happy to pull back. Yeah, I was thinking about it overnight because I wound myself up yesterday, if I'm perfectly honest. And the racing was flat atrocious. And I thought being back in the B and being at the front, I'd be able to have some really good racing. And it didn't work out that way. Whoa. Honey, stay out the way, mate. Where are you? So what I've decided to do is get my SR cleaned up. I will be going back into the daily races this evening on the American account. And my aim is to learn better racecraft, be more aware of my surroundings, where everybody is, what's going on. I can see I've got 3 wide behind, and just try and use that to stay out of trouble. Look for people that are going to dive bomb, look for people that are going to put the car into the vortex of doom, look for ways of better defending, rather than putting a rash move up the inside of somebody. I'm off. I don't want to be doing that. Rather than putting the car, see, there's, I get a 3-second penalty for that. I went off, he hit me, so that's not going to help my SR at all, is it? Staying out of trouble, and I've just got rammed. This penalty system is rubbish. It really is woeful. Moral of that, Mitchell Morgan, is stay out the gravel. Register says, enjoy the clean racing. Yes, mate. One example, how to get yourself a big penalty by doing nothing. Oh my gosh. That was funny. That was funny. Take it a little bit more cautiously through there now. I don't want to get in the gravel and find somebody else hours into the back of me and then I wind up with the penalty. I think the racing steward back there, I'm going to send him for a free consultation at Specsavers so he can have his eyes checked and make sure that he's able to sort out the rules a little bit more. I mean, I don't know if it was my fault, and I don't see how it was. But hopefully, if we can keep the rest clean, we can negate that particular incident. Does anybody know if the daily races this week are using this enhanced slipstream thing that apparently PD have been using recently? I was unable to find out last night. I know a few of the big streamers were talking about it at Yamagawa, but I couldn't see how and where it's turned on. Because what I'd like to do is to try and avoid the races where that is on, because I firmly believe, and nobody's going to change my mind on this, that all that is doing is it is bunching people up for good races up front in the top split. But I think that a lot of people are approaching corners much faster than they think, and I think that's why we're getting this cars being thrown up the inside or people being bumped on the back bumper. It's purely because people are braking where they normally brake without realising that they're actually travelling a bit faster in slipstream than normal. No justification for that, that's just what I feel is the case. So those of you that follow me will know that I'm a great fan of keeping things real. So real slipstream rather than boosted or enhanced or anything like that is always the way that I prefer to go. Whoa, we're off. Just trying to push as hard as I could, see if I could get on the back of honey mustard. Unfortunately, we messed that up. But like I said, it's not about the racing, it's about bringing it home cleanly. Now we have got a penalty in this one, but I suspect that that is going to hurt my SR a little. I don't know whether it will be an increase or a decrease. Hopefully it will be a small increase, but I think we're going to have to go again, try and just lift that SR a little bit more. What did it do to it? It's actually put it down. Look at that. One penalty that wasn't even my fault has just hurt my SR. This game can be so annoying sometimes. It can drive you to it could drive you to throw your TV out the window. So we're going to have to go again. Where did that actually put me? Where did that actually drop me down to? As far as the it's only dropped me down a little bit, but that's so annoying. So annoying. We're going in here to have a clean race. Admittedly, I did stick it in the gravel. Laugh it off. You don't show that stressful side often. Absolutely. Faces. Don't throw a TV. Just put a samurai sword through it. I don't own a samurai sword. I do own a bow. So maybe I should get my bow set up and shoot an arrow through it. I haven't sold that yet. Still got my bow. But I could do that, couldn't I? Get it all set up and then just go. I could take target practice at all of the punters, couldn't I? If I do a race and it's really horrible and rammy, I could save the replay, run the replay, and then I could get my bow out and shoot arrows at all of the dirty drivers. That'd make for a good video, wouldn't it? Mind you, I can't say that I know many people that have put a samurai sword through a television. That is a new one on me. And yes, I have seen the proof. All I can say is it's a very inventive way of persuading a wife, partner, girlfriend to allow you to get a new television. Oh, there we go, down the hill. Woo! Unfazed, that's what I say about Jo, that she doesn't care what I do. Until the following morning. When I get reminded. You were too noisy last night. You kept me awake. Do I learn my lesson? Ugh. Tried a different line through there, that didn't work. And I missed that one good and proper. We've loused this lap up good and proper. Although, just went through there well. Oh, that was bad. Ooh. Yeah, I've done too many 102s, so I thought I'd better just bin it. But I'm phased. If you were going to buy a Lambo today, which Lambo would you buy? And the reason why she wouldn't shrug it, I know that if I were to buy a Lambo today, she'd shrug her shoulders because she knows I don't listen. And do you know why she wouldn't care? I know why she wouldn't care. I know the real reason. If Unfazed was to buy a Lamborghini right now, I know why his girlfriend wouldn't worry. Because he'd buy a toy one for £4.50. Greg says something about upshifting early. The truth is, I'm just running his car round, mate. Early upshift, radical, had good torque and helped stabilise through the S's. And Unfazed, Hurricane Performance in blue with an Amatrix exhaust. Whoa, big slide there. Good. 2.29 to go before the race. 2.5 minutes. 2.29 is a bit of a silly way to announce a time. Mitchell Morgan, what are you on? Two minutes, 11 seconds. So we've got an hour left. Stream seems to be running okay now, which is good. One of my boxes ticked from this session. However, we've still got a fair way to go to get this SR up. I was naively hoping that we would do it in 2 races. Unfortunately, that's not happened. Because we put it into that bit of gravel, somebody came round the corner, smacked me hard as I was coming out the gravel. They then went into the barrier and I got a 2-second penalty for bashing them off. Me no understand the mentality of the stewards and the marshals. And there is no ability to go and scream and shout at the stewards and say, "You are numpties. You do not know what you're doing. Let me educate you in the ways of the racing and the application of the penalties. The car that hits the other car is the one that gets the penalty, not the car that went off." There we go. One of these days, PD is going to surprise us all with the best penalty system ever that is infallible and does not make any mistakes. So we have got a silly wabbit in first. We've got Barbie in second. Then I'm in third. We got Gasman Jr. in fourth. Skittles is going to be chucking some balls in fifth. Emerson is in sixth. Pay for Life is in seventh. Steven Alos is in eighth. And Guto Castro is in ninth. But we're not going to worry about that. We got the cuckoo clock going off in the background. It is 12 o'clock. We are halfway through my extended lunch break. I started work early. For anybody that is worrying about things, I started work an hour early. Bought myself an hour, so I've got a 2-hour window to just see if we can check out the stream and get the SR down a little bit. But let's see. So this one again is all about staying out of trouble. Even if I drop to the back, that's all I've got to do is just stay out of trouble. Winston says, looks like it was my turn to have first bad race B. 5-second penalty being punted from the back, and that caused someone else to be pushed off. Brent has been having some great races in Daily Bs this week. Although I think he's just scuppered himself, because yesterday he said, I don't know why everybody else is having so much trouble when I'm enjoying it so much. Now you know why, my friend. Why is my HUD changing when I'm not even touching the button? We've got a lot of bumping and grinding going on in this one already. Lots of telltale smoke around the track. Let's not run into the back of Castro here. Whoa! Had to take a double stab at the brakes. Mitchell, you're not racing. Let them go. Let them go. Don't do it. Don't do it. Ugh. Coming up for a second clear, far behind. More bumping from the two up front. And that 3 of 7. Ideally, what I really want to do is to get in a little window of space like I was earlier on. Oh, don't walk in the gravel. What on earth is Skittles doing in the pits? Oh, maybe that's a good way of improving your SR. Do a lap, and then retire to the pits. You're not going to get bumped off there or get a penalty then. And you can go make yourself a cup of tea. That's a good idea. I wonder if that works. Do a lap, dive in the pits, go and make yourself a nice cup of tea. Watch what the other guys are doing. I could do that all day then, couldn't I? I could set a race, do a lap, go in, do some emails, answer a phone call a customer, come back, do a lap, dive in the pits, do some email, ring a customer. All the time, your SR's improving. And of course, while he's in the pits, I'm not coming last. Despite my little misdemeanor of spinning, we managed to keep it out the wall though, thankfully. Quite a nice little car around here. It probably is that corner there. It's just on the hard tyres, it just slides a little bit more than you would like. The tyres are a little bit stickier, but it'll be quite good. So Skittles is still in the pits at the moment. Oh, Skittles just come out. That's a bit of a surprise. Been in there for quite a while. Well, we've got a yellow flag up. None of the overtaking is allowed at this point. We're back to green flag racing. Don't follow Skittles into the gravel. People, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Good afternoon it is. It's 8 minutes past 12 here in the UK. The sun is out, the birds are singing, and Mitchell is crashing. The world is a good place. 7-7. It's clean. That's all I care about. I'm not bothered about winning. I'm not worried about where we finish. I'm not worried about fastest lap. All we want to do is bring it home clean and tidy. Just improve that DR. Wow, 1:01.7 from Bobby, fastest lap. Never quit. Good morning, good afternoon. Well, we got a car that's gone round. Don't crash. Don't crash. Oh, never quit. Went go, go, go. I don't know why that go, go, go puts people in timeout. It says, Mitchell Morgan, you're on early. I am. And I will be back at 8 o'clock this evening as usual. Right, clean race. Hopefully now the DR has improved. The DR has improved. How much has improved? Oh, we're still a B. We're still a B. We need to do more. This is not improving the DR as much as I thought it would. It's 6 o'clock for P4 at the moment. 6 o'clock in the morning. That must put you stateside. Not DR, SR. Yeah, Grenster, sorry, SR. I'm using my wrong terminology. It is the SR that I want to improve at the moment. I need to rent the car because I don't have this car. I'm going to go for a different green this time. Yeah, it's the SR that I'm trying to improve. I want to get off the B because in the daily races, which I want to be doing this evening at 8 o'clock, if I'm going into those races with an SR of B, I'm going to be getting into all sorts of yucky, horrible races. And whilst I don't want them to be clean, I still want people to be making some dirty moves on me, because those are what I want to try and learn to watch for and to learn in this week's daily races on the American account. I don't want them to be super getting punted off every 30 seconds so that I can't be in amongst the traffic and learning the racecraft. So I do want to be sort of in the mix, as it were. Ooh, we're off again. Off and around. Woo! Never Quit says he loves the Radical. Double shifts makes things interesting. People from Chicago that live in South American Colombia. Okay. Scatbagger's gone for the McLaren. What? What, in the Nationals? We're talking about the Nations, not the Nationals. The Nations races. Or are we talking about in the dailies? So I tried a few GL3 McLaren and Porsche. Ooh. I didn't try the McLaren this week. I did try the Lamborghini. I knew a certain young man was going to try the Lamborghini. And I couldn't remember which way to do the brake balance, so I did it brake balance in the middle, to the front and to the rear. And couldn't really work out the difference. That does worry me, that my driving is so bad that I can't tell the difference with the brake balance. But the Ferrari was definitely the better car for me. So that's the route we went. Obviously for this race we don't have any choice. We're in the Radical. Wow, just done a 101 too. Where'd that come from? While I'm jibber jabbering. 3rd to 5th out the last corner. Had a few people that have mentioned to me about double shifting the Radical in the past, especially on these little tight twisty circuits. We're in the gravel again. Don't go round. Whoa. Still got 4 minutes. Awful lot of waiting between races here. I don't quite know why we're waiting so long between the end of one race and the start of the next. Oh, broke a bit too late there. Still got another 2 minutes to go. I'm getting bored now. I know what language question you want to ask Wednesday. I probably should know. However, I'm concentrating on this. I'm not sure. Oh, come on, stay on. We've just done a one. Oh, can I do a sub in 1 minute? I don't think I've ever done a. Well, I haven't done a sub 1 minute around here this morning. 100. I haven't got time now. Something about food. Please don't get into bacon sarnies. Oh, I know what you... yes. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. The penny has just gone... Ching. That was a good sound effect, wasn't it? Look at that, I can't quite, just under the 1 minute. Wouldn't it be good to get a sub minute? Would be wicked. Not a lot between me and Bobby now. Jason a bit behind. Unfortunately, setting ourselves a really good lap, we're now out in front. Not necessarily where you want to be when you're trying to improve your D. Oh, Mitchell Morgan, what you're trying to do, you should be at the back. Follow people round slowly and carefully. Missing everybody, but no, you plank and a half, you've put yourself right at the front. Oh no, what a silly thing to do. What a silly thing to do. You didn't want to do that. Doing that and do bleh. There's an old dude in here. I wonder if he's older than me. What constitutes an old dude, I wonder? Good reflexes. They weren't very good. Run away, Mitchell! Run away! Don't get in the gravel. just let Jason through. Go through. Thank you. Where are we? 1.3 behind. But that's good. We've got a nice little cushion behind. And we're in control of the two up front. Right, don't have any accidents, you guys. Oh, Bobby, don't go off. That was not what we wanted to happen. Whoa. Big slide there. 2.6 to Bobby behind and 1.3 to the car in front. So we've got a nice little gap that we're sitting in. That's 3 of 7. Hopefully Jason now knows that I'm not racing him. What we want to do is just keep it clean and tidy. Two laps to go, 1.7 in front of Bobby, so we're good. We can just maintain these deltas and that would be really nice. Jason, don't put it in the gravel. last lap. 1.6 to Bobby behind, that's good. Just maintain that gap to Jason. Don't want to put him under any pressure. I do want to just stay a second or so ahead of the guy behind, just so I don't get put under any pressure from behind. That's good. That's nice. That's what we want. Good afternoon, Nigel. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. We've got it's lunchtime and we're talking chips. Why are we not talking fish and chips? Oh my word, I know why this discussion's going on. This is the most surreal discussion over, over lunchtime. Talking about whether it's called fries or chips. What is a fry and what is a chip? Or, the thing is, actually, we don't necessarily call chips over here. They're called potato chips. To give them their proper word, I believe they're called potato chips. But of course, we just call them fish and chips because they're chipped potatoes. But then you have a packet of crisps, not chips. In America, if you ask for a packet of crisps, they haven't got a clue what you're talking about. You ask for a portion of chips, they'll give you a packet of crisps. It's all very confusing. It's all very, very, very confusing. But there we go. Pole position, clean race. We did get second. We dropped the place, but hey, it's not what it's about. Right. How has the DR? The DR has come up. Are we? Where are we now? We're an A. But we got quite a fair way to go yet before we reach an S. So I guess we ought to get into another one. How did P1 lose DR? Haven't got a clue. Haven't got a clue. I've seen that a little bit actually. How long is it before we do another one? Yeah, it's 8 minutes. It's 8 minutes between races. It's crazy. Let's go for a tangerine one this time. Yeah, P1 losing. I've seen a few race winners losing DR lately, and it must be because their stats are so much higher than everybody else's that they're running out of class. And he overtook me. So there we go. Right, shall we try? Shall we? We'll have a go. Right, I'm going to go quiet. We're going to try to see if we can get our time down just below the minute. Who have we got in here? We got Stampy. Really? No, I thought that was the Kimi Velocini. Hoggy. Oh no, it's no. Oh, there's only a few. YouTube Tidgney. We'll go for Tidgney. We'll load the ghost. We'll follow Tidgney and see what we can do. So see if we can get just under. Now what I haven't done is I haven't looked at Tidgney's gears and stuff like that. But we'll see if he'll help me to get under the 1 minute. We've gone in too deep. Yeah, Grenston, but I was annoyed about getting that 139 on the Daily B. I've done that on my US account, not the Euro account. Oh. Right, I need a good race this one. A 132, 139.212, nice lap. Is that what you just got? What have I got? I've got a 139.9, I think. Riding about too much. I need to look at Tidgney and see how he's actually running the lap rather than just me pounding around it doing how I normally do. Oh, took a bit too much curb through there. Bit of an experiment, didn't quite work out. Never mind. Never mind. We've not done it, but we'll stick with what we've got. We'll stick with what we've got. We've got 1 minute 20 to go, and that will do. That will do. That will do. So you're 1 second off of number one, 446. Wow, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Well, you know where to find the time, my friend. You just got to get out there and do it. What you need is you need some chips. You need some chips, some fish and chips. None of this friesy stuff that you get. No, no, proper British fish and chips. Not a bag of crisps. Chips. Chips, chips, chips. Chippity chip chip chips. That's what we want. Lots of chippity chip chip chips. Oh, well, where are we? Where are we? I'll change your today's milled to surströmming. What is surströmming? Or surströmming? The O with the umlaut. Not sure how to pronounce that. Surströmming. The smelliest fish in the existence from Sweden. Hate fish. Hate fish. Smelly fish. I like fish, but not smelly fish. Like really smelly, oily fish. Not good. I like smoked salmon, and I like sort of cod, and that's probably about it. Grenster says Dark Avenger, Greg says you're top of my friend list, Grenster. For how long though? Ooh, that sounds like a battle royal is going to happen. Unfazed says tried it. Makes me sick just thinking about it. Come on, we need to have Grenster, Greg, and Unfazed all going for the top time trial. Jack Kobe's not around at the moment. I think you need to. I think we've got a battle royal forming here. I think we've got a battle royal forming. Oh, Grenster reckons until I find time to get into the 138. Ooh, Unfazed is above Greg. So Unfazed, you need to get out there. Knock Grenster off the top. There you go. Gauntlet. Thrown. For now, I just need to stay out of trouble. Who's going to run away with me? Don't go off. A bit untidy. Hello, Mr. Kobe. Jack, I'm hoping to. I can't commit at the moment because of everything that's going on at the moment. But I am hoping to. Now there's one scary thing about that going to Silverstone. And that is when we went to Snetterton, you and your dad took me out in the car. Now you've got a single seater, you can't take me out in the car, so you just got to give me the keys and send me out in it on my own. How scary is that? But look, I'm 8.5 seconds ahead, so I'm showing I can drive. So there won't be any worries. I mean, the question is how many bits you want the car back in at the end of the race. Or the end of the session. Because you won't get it back in one bit, I promise you that. No, I'm hoping to, my friend. Even if it's only for an hour or two. Wow, look at this, we're 10 seconds ahead. Oh, what happened there? What happened there? Oh my word. Oh, I wouldn't drive it. What's the runway section? Cool. I'm hoping to. Am I finding the SL13 enjoyable to drive? I don't mind this car. I quite enjoy this car. I mean, I got out in front then and could just stretch my legs, so it was easy. We've got clean race bonus. And we have improved our SR, but where are we now? We're at top of A. Have we got enough time to do one more? Should we do one more? Should we do one more? Ooh. do one more? Let me just check my email and just make sure I'm not being chased. Bear with me a second. Okay, so that's response noted, which is okay. I've got some paperwork I've got to read through for 3 o'clock. I think we can probably sneak another quick one in. Another very, very quick one. Let's see if we can get another one done. What colour should we go for now? Should we do a stealthy black? Let's do a stealthy black one. Yay! Vessel's in an A lobby instead of an A+ lobby. Right. So the plan is literally just to get the SR increased in this session. This is why we're doing the daily race A. I was hoping that we would have recovered the DR a little bit quicker, because I think this is like the 4th. Is it the 4th or the 5th race that I've done? I've not been counting. And we trashed the DR in like no time. Not the DR, the SR. We trashed the SR in absolutely no time yesterday. So it's taken a lot longer to recover it. I want to try and get an SR of S for this evening, when at 8 o'clock we'll be diving into the daily race B on the US account. I'm not going to do it on the Euro account. And my aim will be to try and be a little bit more aware of my surroundings, what's going on around me, and try and improve the racecraft, because yesterday we were getting cars up into the vortex of doom, we were getting people just dive bombing. When I did cover off the line, people were just punting me from behind, and I want to try and get into learning or anticipating when that's going to happen, and then staying out of that trouble. So maybe giving people some room, and then try and switcheroos or coming down a straight quicker than they are, and getting a better overtake done. So just working on the old racecraft a little bit more is the plan. So while I don't want clean races, I don't want really dirty ramfests. Grayson says, if you go stealth black, they will punch you because they can't see me. No, they won't punch me because I've disappeared into the distance at a great rate of knots. They won't even be able to see me. Joking apart though, that is exactly what happened to Unfazed yesterday. We were at Deep Forest, I think it was, in the GR2s, and I came through the first corner and I couldn't see that it dropped it and was parked up on the apex of the corner, and I just completely cannonballed into the back of it. Couldn't see him. Couldn't see him. So I think there is something to be said for having light coloured cars. No, too deep. Got too much of a slide on through there. I'll have a note at that in a little bit, Jack Kobe. Change up early in this car. There's never quit said try and double shifting. The only trouble is this wheel does not like double shifting very much. If I do a double shift, you just get a single, so I had to do a double shift slightly differently. Too deep again. Where is that elusive 59? Well, we got air there. Get this down into the 101s again. No, we can't. We did 1014. Well, we're consistent. Not great, but we are consistent. Woo! Right, Let's see if we can get back into the S's in this one. So it's only 7 of us running. Gasman, Suzo Tattoo, La Lench, Lovely Liguia, Pirogu, and Valentino. I can manage Valentino, but there's a few other very difficult to pronounce names we've got today. But we've gone stealth black. You can hardly see the car. Could be a bad move. Oh, could be bad move. And we 1 o'clock. That is the end of my lunch break. So I'm going to do this race. Should be about 7 minutes, and then that will be me done until 8 o'clock this evening. So this is my last opportunity to try and get my SR back into an S. Let's see what we can do. We're probably going to have to do what we just did a moment ago and go for the win, I think. So no messing. We're just going to have to see what we can do. See if the guys behind can get into some difficulties. For once we got a good run off the line. Bit deep into that one though. All good so far. Don't get carried away. Concentrate. Think about what we're doing. Oh, that's a bit yucky. Oh, why couldn't this be a DR winning race? Too deep into that one. 5. Concentrate. Well done, Grandster. You should be A+ this week, the way you're racing. You absolutely got the confidence in that combo. My friend, if you give Greg a challenge, he will rise to it. Greg will not give in until he beats your time. I bet he's out there monitoring everything, analysing everything, and going for it. That's what I love about him. He'll put me up a time to chase. I'll go chase it, be following him, and then I'll get a little message and say, oh, I've gone 2/10 faster, I've gone quicker. Every time I get close to him, he goes away from me. It's like, let me beat you for once. No chance. You two are probably going to push each other like crazy now. And it's going to be fun to watch. Look at that, 101, 101, 101, 101. Woo-ho, we won again! By a million miles! Woo! Come on, Unfazed, you need to get in the action as well later on, I think. We need to have a time trial battle to see who can be the top of the PSR races on the Daily B. But unfortunately for me, I've run out of time. I've got to take the dog for a very, very quick walk down the road, and then I've got some work to do. Grandster says it's all fun and games until Jack Covey gets a 137 and he's #1 in the world. Well, there we go. Look at that. Pole position, fastest lap, clean race, clean sweep. Don't get many of them, do I? That's not often you see that on my streams. Not often you do that. Wow. So, where did that leave me with regards to the DR? Shall we have a quick look? Oh, we're right at the top of the A. We couldn't be any more if we tried. Oh no, I need to do another race. I'll probably try and get another race done offline this afternoon just to see if I can get that into the S. But that's a bit too close for comfort. Didn't quite manage to do it. I think that race where I got the bump, where I got onto the gravel and I got the bump into the back of my car, and then the guy went off, which then meant I got the 2-second penalty. That is what has cost me there. Otherwise, I should have done it. But there we go. I'm going to leave the chat to run just for a few minutes. We've got a nice little discussion going on. about timings and things, and some of the top guys at PSR are having a bit of a discussion. But for now, I'm going to need to let this one go. The B is very, very, very low on the DR. We'll be coming back at 8 o'clock to have a go at the daily race B and to see if we can get a clean race and see if we can start to inch that up. But this one has all been about checking the stream, which seems to be working fine, and getting that SR up to an S. Very, very close. We didn't quite do it, but I have got to get out and get myself sorted. So I will catch up with you 8 o'clock UK time right here, daily race B. And then after that, we've got some more lobby races, 4 lobby races, and I'll be getting back into the dailies as well. I'm going to catch up with you later. Bye for now.